and be a part of this special Bible studies effort by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry, by becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs, by your kind donations and of course your generous financial contributions. Contact us at 416139351 or send us an email at atn@cbm.belizeunion.org. We are located at 10 3/4 miles Philip Golson Highway. Thank you for being a part of the ATM ministry. It is our prayer that you will keep the book of the law always on your lips.
Meditate on it day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to that which is written therein. Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous and have good success.
Fine. It's been crazy lately though. Last week this tornado just crashed through my entire neighborhood. Everything went dark. We had no electricity, nothing. All of my classes are online, and that's why it's really difficult to keep up with everything. But I think God calls me in the midst of all of this chaos and noise and I don't know, everything. But he doesn't compete for just my attention. He competes for my heart. That's why I need to spend time with him in the quiet. And it's so interesting to me that even though I'm with him in just those quiet moments, experiencing him is not quiet. It's so much more, much greater and fulfilling. And that's the fascinating thing. His power is not just bound to those quiet moments, but they give me the trust and strength that I need every day.
And thank you for joining us once again for Youth Come Alive. This is our new season. We're talking about cuffing season this week. How fitting, since we're just about approaching that time of the year when, relationships just miraculously pop out of the air. Our first episode today, we'll be talking about singleness. Now, I thought, how clever. Single Pringles and not ready to mingle, but I was told that doesn't fit here. Let me remind you that we are available on Facebook, YouTube, and Channel 98. Wherever you're watching us from, we encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, share, and talk to us in the comments. We enjoy your feedback. With us this evening, my other two co-hosts,
Kayla Esquiliano.
And myself, Jalen Pascascio, and our guest in the magic chair, Miss Jael Spencer. Before we get into singleness, that nice big word, we're going to look at a video by Jemima Arnold, and then you'll join us right back here.
Hi guys, so today I was tasked to share with you guys what it's like being single for me. So I personally think that singleness is a blessing because I don't feel like I am an incomplete person, and I don't feel like I'm a half person waiting for my other half to arrive. Singleness for me is also not a punishment, as a relationship is not necessarily an award. So being single is a great blessing, and perspective is everything.
Not our assistant producer telling us why she enjoys being single. Listen, I'm a part of the club. In fact, I believe that I am a co-founder of the Singleness Club. We're not here to talk about me. We're not here to talk about me. So singleness, guys, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
If anybody want the digits, just call ATM and we will give you the digits. Blind dates are accepted here, right?
Stop. I'm going to jump right out of the bat. How many of you on set are single presently? Shamelessly, just let the people know.
Are single?
Single right now.
May I raise my hand? Come on.
I'm pretty sure I'm only invited because I'm single, so.
Okay.
Okay, this isn't my show. I need to come back when the relationship.
No, because you still need to have your singleness while you're in a relationship, because you have to have your identity, because that person does not define you, and that relationship doesn't make you happy. You are the person. You're supposed to come with your fullness into a relationship. They're not half and half. We make a whole, and we like to believe that it's half and half. We come together. This is not half and half whipping cream.
Wow.
You have to know your likes. How do you get into a relationship with someone and not know that you like fried chicken with steak sauce?
First of all, kick down fried chicken with lychee steak sauce. That's the magic shot right
But
there.
then how would you know that is what, how do you know that is what you like if you did not went on an adventure to discover your likes and your taste buds?
It's very true.
I thought that I used to like rice and beans, chicken and salad. Come to the understanding when searching for me, tacos was my thing. And barbecue chicken.
Wow.
I mistake that for rice and beans.
Right. But then that was what I always thought that I liked. But then I realized that no, it was the past relationship that liked rice and beans that made me like rice and beans. And I was like, no.
That is true.
Then being by myself and starting to date myself, I realized it was tacos and barbecue chicken.
Far from it.
This seems like a very far-fetched tangent. Not gonna lie, don't know how we got to the barbecue chicken, but I vibe with the barbecue chicken. And Kayla, on your point of not being relatable to the singleness.
I know, but I just need to talk about what she said, because I believe it is true. Most of us, when we don't know what we like or maybe dislike, and just because that person likes to watch football, or just because that person likes to eat this, and just because that person likes to play that, all of a sudden that become our favorite sport. And if you watch me, I say I can't run or not like run. I'm not going to tell nobody I like play sports because that's not my thing, right? Just because you like do it. I'm going to tell her one time, Papa, me no run. So you can't make me go run out there. Maybe I could stand up in our spot and bat and ball and play volleyball, but I don't go out there go run it you.
So Kayla, you tell me that no one and girlfriend be like, oh, you like that movie? Me too.
No, tell us straight up and I like it. No, put it
Wow.
on. You put it on. Yo, I watch that yourself.
Wow. The comments already light up and I enjoy it. I love it. It's y'all being messy in the comments for me. Who about to get flamed, huh, Junior? Who really about to get flamed? Jeremy says, not giving away the digits. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Find my Facebook and maybe I entertain the conversation. Clear his throat. Jeremy says, so how do we relate that idea with the Bible, saying that when we get married, we become one? I was just about to get to that. Apparently, you're single until you're married.
Right? When you have an application form to fill out, what you put there, you don't put that I have a boyfriend or that you fiance. No, sir, you're single until you are married. That's when you become one.
All right, then. So we established that you're single until you become married. Some of us are single for many reasons. Some of us are single by choice.
Right?
Some of us are single because of that other thing, by force. By force.
Your face too bumpy, you might golly, kakai, something might not attract, something might not attract the person, your personality might really not up to par, something.
You get friend zone, you get sister and brother zone.
Yeah, that rejection at its.
Y'all are getting
when
right.
they call a brother and sister or best friend, that rejection at its finest. I suggest you just dig a hole and sit down in there, like that's it.
No, I not lie. Once I meet a guy that I don't like, right away, if I call you brother,
brother to me.
You done, you family zone. You can't get, for me, you can't get out of family zone. For me, friend zone, to me. So people say once you reach friend zone, you can't move out. But I believe that for me, personally, if you're in my friend zone, I could remove you from there easily. But once I family zone you, because you're there permanently to stay, like cement.
Well, I'm sorry guys, if you don't hear Aislinn call on a brother, just move on.
Right, I was just about to say that. You heard that, fellas? You are getting it right from the mouth of the three horses. What to know, how to know that you have been friend zoned by these people right here. I'm going to kind of cool with it though.
No, it's not that. You have your likes and your dislikes.
Right.
And you have things that define you as a person. I have, for me, being single, I don't just sit there and mope around like, I want to be in a relationship. I want it. No.
Yeah.
I intentionally search for me. I remember being at school and I didn't know how to ask God for a partner. And so I made it be desperate. And in being desperate, I was dating myself. I used to go to restaurants and sit in there by myself and eat. Have not conversation, but like, if I am doing all these things for me, when a man comes around or a guy comes around and they don't match the same energy, it's like I am shortchanging me. I want this for me, so I am doing this for me. I used to pick flowers for myself. I used to go to the Dollar Tree and buy me some Adventist wine, and at the end of the week, I would pick some roses from off the dean tree and they not catch me, but I used to walk with my scissors and cut it.
Wow.
And I used to pick myself roses and drink my Adventist wine. And I used to sit in my room and enjoy it by myself. But it's the intentionality of it in finding me and in finding out my likes and my dislikes.
So in what you're really saying, that's how you embrace your singleness.
Right.
So question to our guests in the magic chair, how do you embrace your singleness?
Honestly, before I came on the show, they asked me if I'm single, first of all. And long after they asked me if I'm single, yes, I am single. Then they asked me what I'm doing, and it just it literally I just realized that I don't really think about it. I feel like I'm still too young to even think about it, so I have no plans even thinking about a boyfriend or finding one or what I would want to be or what I look for in a relationship. I just realized and I have thing figured out on a no one. Aislinn know that she no like rice that means no more. Jalen realized that if they call you bro, that you have no coming back to come back. I mean, I had no idea all of this even happened in our relationship, so I have a lot of thinking to do.
Okay.
Well, what I would advise from before we even reach to the end of the show is go on because there are things that you would like. They're non-negotiables. You see it every day in your life. Like for example, you don't like somebody that smokes, then put that as your non-negotiable. If the person look all handsome and they have everything where you want to smoke, you know that it's
deal breaker.
A deal breaker.
Your last straw is smoking.
For me.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to pause there.
We have to read the comments because I feel like you guys dash this out to me. And it said you not even have to understand it or be a fan of the sport or the activity. You should be a fan of your partner and be ready to celebrate what your partner celebrates.
Very true.
Yeah, directly somebody else share their name or show interest or right there by in a one bad position. Support goes a long way. Yes, I understand that, guys, and I do understand. It's not to say that I'm not going to be there with you. I'm not saying that. I might have to cry being there with you or cry being there with you, but I believe that the Lord will give you exactly what you need and knows exactly what you want when it comes to somebody. They're giving it to you. They won't give you somebody that obviously you're a Christian and they're not a Christian, and the Lord has put you two together and expect that relationship there for work. The Lord is not going to give me something that He knows I'm going to struggle with. You understand? And if I'm going to struggle with that and God sees me in pain or God sees what I'm going through, He's not going to give me that. I will support my partner and I will be with my partner to the end, but I want to tell her I don't like this movie, and if I just don't want to watch it, I don't want to watch it. So you want to force me for watch something that I don't like?
Right.
And that is why it comes down to what Aislinn is saying. You have to understand where your likes and your dislikes is, because when it comes to that, then you're easily pushed or they're trying to make you compromise to who you are.
Right.
You understand? That is you, and that is where your principles are or your understanding are when it comes to what you like and dislike. Them pushing you to easily like anything or easily do anything that you don't like. I'm not saying that you're not going to be open-minded to it, but you can. But that is just all I'm saying.
We have a comment here from Jaime. It says, I should say that we shouldn't see singleness as a problem, and I think this relates to what Aislinn was saying earlier, rather as an advantage to fall in love with yourselves, because many people try to find their happiness in someone else.
Right.
Well, it shouldn't be. They should add to your own happiness. That is true. I think a lot of times when you see, I would, loosely, for lack of a better term, call it fruitless relationships. A lot of people end up in that relationship and it's stagnant. It's not growing. It's not going anywhere. It's not a future, because they're looking for someone to be their everything instead of someone to complement what they bring to the table. Because how do you go out finding happiness if you're not happy with yourself?
Hey.
Ask that question again.
How do you go out finding happiness if you're not happy with yourself? Because you're looking for someone to make you feel appreciated when you need to appreciate yourself first.
Yeah. And then the other question that I would add to that is, would you date yourself?
Would
you date look at yourself in the mirror and say, would I date me? I come with a lot. I guess that's why I'm still single, because I still see all the broken pieces and all the jagged edges that needs to be sandpapered out, because some days I see myself very miserable, even to my friends, and because I'm very self-aware, and so I see myself being very miserable or overreact or overthink a situation with my friends, and I would come home and be like, did I need to react like that?
No.
Or never do it like that way, or say it that
should
way.
I have said it some way? So should I have done something else to make that situation different? If I was in a relationship, how would that have worked? I got through all the conversation because I am self-aware and I want to know if I am going to date me, then I know somebody else would be willing to date me as well.
Honestly, I feel like that you're putting yourself in a sticky situation because some things that you might find ugly about yourself might be
Somebody
the exact reason somebody falls in love with you. So you can't overthink about
and
it,
that's why
thinking
I
that
said-
I wouldn't date myself because I talk too much or I react too quick. Because what if your person very quiet and they need you for react?
Yeah, they're a soft-spoken person. And that's why I said God will give you exactly what you need. Because you could say you miserable, but or you talk loud, or you that ain't type will like real up. But maybe he need that because when he go to a restaurant and they give me more wrong food order, you want to be the one that said no, that my boyfriend never ordered this. Bring me what my boyfriend ordered. You know what? He just sit on the like.
But baby, okay.
Because I see it.
And then no, bring my boyfriend and can we pay for this, or you give me a refund.
That's right.
So you can't say, well, I won't date myself, because I know each of us sometimes see our own flaws, and we are be like, I got this dirty attitude, or I like real up, or I like. But then that is what makes them love you.
Okay, I understand where you guys are coming from, but what I am doing, that for me, it's for character development, because sometimes if I feel like my action is distasteful, then I believe to other people it will also be so. And it's not just for the partner that I'm looking at, it's for the people like you and you guys, just random people. Because if I feel like it's overreacting, then I believe that somebody else is going to think it's overreacting. Then other people might see it as being bold. So it's me just having to know where to draw the line, where to have the balance. But
We have,
comments.
yes, that one that Jaime, Pastor, my apologies, Jaime said, it's a very good question. It says, do you think that singleness is a choice, or are there other factors contributing to it? For example, stability.
That stability word is
Yes.
because I've heard it before. A friend of mine was in an off and on relationship, and the word thrown around was stability. Oh, I'm not prepared for you yet. What does it take to be prepared for someone? And I think to that same effect, in your singleness, you should be, working on what you think you need to offer. Because you want to walk into the room. Example, you have a potluck at church. Everybody's supposed to bring something, and you walk in with just your empty hand and be like, okay, I come for my food now. So you're not taking the people there watch when you're like, watch this one, I'm gonna come for food and not bring nothing. Same principle applies to relationships. So I do think that it's a contributing factor, but it shouldn't be a limiting factor. In your singleness, you should work on things, like you said, personal development, so that you're not, lack of a better word, overbearing in a relationship.
Well, for me at my age, stability is going to be something, because I am at that point where I am not trying to play around. I'm trying to get settled.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get everything prepared.
You try to get to that wedding there.
But then what happens when that is what the person that you are interested in is looking for? They want that stability. Well, I can't get married to no man if you don't got no house to put me in, or no vehicle for drive me in. So then what you do then?
Set up a tent.
You just come back from camp. Set up a tent.
So we are living a tent for the rest of our life.
Listen, if Abraham and Sarah could have do it.
Pass our heart and ride bicycle.
If Abraham and Sarah
I with you, baby. We are building a house together if we have to. You don't have to have a house. We are building together.
I have a question, right? We look at it, you're looking for stability in a relationship. What if some people out here, they're stable being single? Aislinn, you have a full-time job, right? You have having a degrees, right? I didn't get a degree. Honestly, right now, the only thing I look for that's to finish my degree. I don't want a relationship. What if you're so comfortable being single, you're not looking for anything else, not even stability? What if your reason for being single is that you could do everything yourself over independence?
There's God give people the gift of singleness, you know.
Yeah.
And so some people will remain single from now till death.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. Another child treating a God face because next single trick for me. But I do relate to Jael's comment just now because I remember when I was in UB, everybody got a relationship and they looked for me. Jalen, you know, you're at the age now, why are you still single? And I was, of the opinion that I need to make sure I finish my degree. I was already at UB for longer than I needed to be. No offense to UB, but it was their fault. And I realized that, a fresh relationship requires dedicated time and effort. That was probably not the best thing for me because I needed to dedicate that time to my courses. So that also adds to the reason for being single by choice, which I was.
There's a lot of comments here, guys. But I saw Jeremy one just now that says marital stability is not as important as potential. Listen,
As potential
and the ability and the drive to work.
Listen, you know how it feels to fall in love with potential.
Hey,
Trust me, I know because I did.
Rosa.
Potential. We're not getting at that, but potential. Listen, do not fall in love with potential. Trust me, not fall in love with it because it gives you heartbreaks. It gives you chest pain. It gives you acid reflux. It gives you sleepless.
Wow.
What?
It gives you
okay?
Wow.
It gives you everything. Everything.
I feel like she had that fall in love with potential.
I am not going to lie.
Madam
I fell in
Speaker.
love with potential.
Madam Speaker.
And it gives you all of it. So,
Madam Speaker.
Pastor Jeremy, I have to disagree with that potential business, guys.
I think if you're at a place, like some people, both of you, high school sweethearts that go to college together, and you two have a collective plan for your future, then I think that's acceptable potential. But not fall in love with the man and say, baby, one of these days I'll give you the world here. Lies, you my tell.
These guys say there's something wrong with potential.
No.
Nothing is wrong with potential when you're at Jael's age trying to finish your degree. But when you're at my age and you still fall in love with potential, something wrong. Potential.
Also, it's not the person's potential, but it could also be what you think their potential could get them.
It's going to be.
And it's still potential.
And I mean for cut off, right? But our producer is telling us that we need to take a break at this
we not take no commercial.
I mean, we not have to take a break. What do the people say? What do the people say? We respect our producer. We take a break now and we come right back.
Life comes in different seasons. I embrace change, and while it adds value to my life, I also need some kind of a vision. Like, where am I going? What is my guide? The Bible reassures me. God's word never changes. The rain is gonna hit, and feelings and opinions come and go. I mean, we live in an unstable world. God talks to me through His word. It's like a fire that keeps me alive. Here, I can find rest and peace during all uncertainty. Studying the Bible gives me assurance every day.
Hi, I'm Pastor Emiliano Fiamel.
And I'm Elder Shane Neal. And we're the hosts of Hour of Power. We are ready to pray for you and with you.
Prayer is the key that unlocks heaven's door. In Philippians 4, 6, and 7, God cautions us not to be anxious about anything.
Instead, in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus.
Join us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central Cable TV, to experience this peace that passeth all understanding. You can join our global prayer family by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry.
By becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs.
With your kind donations as well as your generous financial contributions.
Contact us at 501-613-9351
or send us an email at atn@cbn.belizeunion.org.
We are located at 10 3/4 miles Northern Highway at the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry.
And we pray God's richest blessings upon you and your family.
All my life, I've been dealing with projects. I do a lot of research. Basically try to understand how different materials affect fires. It involves a lot of formulas and gathering data. I met this girl once in grad school, and we got to talk about all kinds of things, and also about God. It was great. I could share with her what I believed in. And then I got busy with my own research, and realized I may have treated her like a project. Like, I kind of expected her to change herself. But people are so much more than projects. There's some kind of human connection to it. I think we're supposed to share our lives with those around us, but sometimes just being with them, being their friend, that's the best way to find true connection. And that's what witnessing is to me, relationships and friendships.
And we're back from our break. Pastor Jeremy, this was not half an hour's worth of commercial. It's on a KTV. But we appreciate that you did not want us to go on break. We have a few comments to address here before we get right back into our discussion. Johannes, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct, says at the end of the day, we have got to remember it is a three-way street. God first, others second, or self last. True. Pastor Jeremy says the truth is the truth, and being able to place yourself last is good gauge if you are really ready for a relationship. You know what? This comment are very useful next week when it's going to start going further down into it. Am I missing anything? John Harvey says, gift of singleness, mercy. And listen, I don't think anyone is too optimistic about receiving that gift. I like tangible gifts, not one that confines me to a life decision. What else? Donna Lies from JR. Men have that intention, but God created a helpmeet for a reason,
Yeah.
which is what we should be looking for. Like I
Yeah.
said earlier, don't look for someone who completes you. Look for someone who complements you. It's two different C words and they're not synonymous. Am I missing anything?
The part with the helpmate, some people got into the relationship looking for a helpmate, and then all of a sudden they just forget the
They become lazy.
part. Exactly, the
They
wife
become
must do everything.
lazy. They become lazy. Oh, but I think that is something that we can speak when it comes to relationship. But you guys feel like you're not ready for one relationship.
Nope.
You guys are enjoying your singleness, right?
Sometimes I'm enjoying it more, and then other times when I'm like, oh, okay, no, I do want to. I enjoy my bed by myself. Then afterwards, other time it's like it's good to have somebody to talk to that you can tell all your not all your secrets, but your deeper thoughts that you would not be sharing with other people. And so, or a friend, or having someone there that you can text and you can have that conversation with daily. It's different. It hits different than getting the Giselle text you early in the morning.
Or tell her you're 5 days late, Papi, back there, dollar.
And then they want to text just Sabbath morning. No, sir. No, sir.
So you would like to have those nice morning texts that would boost your morning. Not that you don't get your own motivation, but still they hit different. And so, but on the other note, I am ready for a relationship.
Guys, Aislinn is ready for a relationship. Please send those messages.
The number is 6. Hey! Boy. Back to the comments. Johannes says, hey, look at the big picture. Life itself is a miracle. We can't do anything without God. Very true. If He's not at the center, nothing will ever work. Life will be meaningless. That is true. And I think, in your singleness, because you have to do things, like you said, personal development. In your singleness, you should work on that relationship with God. Because you can't be asking God for the partner who will love you like He loves the church, or love you like how God loves you, and then you're not extending that same love back to God. Because what God will send you is a test. And trust me, you do not want to be tested by God in a relationship, because heartbreak, I can't relate.
Listen,
can't deal with it.
That what you just said just now. A couple years ago I was single, and then afterwards I was like, okay, God, this is a long period of not being in a. When you about fiddle, what are you about? You are move quick, and then God sent me that quick answer. And that quick answer brought all the chest pain and the acid reflux that I was talking about.
You want it?
And yes, that's exactly what happened. He said, you want it? Then here you go. Here is the relationship that I am going to give to you. In that desperation that you're calling for. And then when all of that happened, I said, you know what? I will sit back and I will chill. Whenever the big man ready, that's the when I will get ready, because I don't want no more at the heart. I don't want no more of the feeling there. But singleness, being single, has its own blessing, because in that you can be able to develop talents. You could birth new ideas, things that you never thought that you could do. You can reach to the unknown, something that you will never venture in. So it can be a blessing in all its ways.
So what you're saying is, instead of dyeing your hair red or getting a new haircut,
I think it as what you're saying, I think it can be a blessing, because there is so much things you can do in your singleness. For example, when you're single, you're not married, so you don't have anyone to really depend on, would that really be the word?
There's
It's
no
to say,
stress.
yeah, like they can't depend on you,
Not
as to
stress.
say it like that. Like being single, you don't have kids, you
Right.
don't have somebody that you need
You
to
don't have that dependency.
worry about. Yes, that dependency, depending on someone or them depending on you. So what you can do is you can get your degree, like what Jael is saying. You can travel the world, what we all want to do, but they got money for it. We can we can do so many things when it comes to being single. We can take classes, learn this, learn that, do many other things that we can do in our singleness because we don't have any other person to really worry about you with.
What I did, I traveled Belize. I traveled Belize, and then when I was finished traveling Belize, I went to New York, I went to North Carolina, I went to South Carolina, I went to different parts of the states doing, I had a paid vacation because I went to my aunt and I was just moving around and I was just enjoying every part of moving around. And so you get to do other things, and then there's also mission trips that there you can sign up for.
Yeah,
maybe what we need to
mission
do is to get the link for those mission trips that you can go on, because that's a good way to help you in your, also to be a part of your singleness. It's what we need to not think about is it's a prison that we're in, because we're single, because some people do think that it is a sin, or it is wrong to be single, and it's a curse to be single, when really and truly it's
Listen, you could be avoiding curses in those relationships.
Yeah, a lot of you can be
I have a
avoiding.
question, Jael. Since you said you didn't really think about it, so I'm going to put you on the spot to think about it now. And anyway, you can answer. What does it take, or what should we be doing to prepare ourselves for a relationship? Let's look at past experience, past relationship. What could you do differently now to prepare yourself for your next relationship?
I mean, I can't go based off past relationships since I've never been there, but I could go based on what I see. I feel like a lot of the traps that poor young people fall into is that before they enjoy their singleness, they follow the friends, and sometimes, unfortunately, not all our friends are Adventists, so we don't develop the right relationship that we should have with God. If we don't have a really good relationship with God while we're single, how do we expect to have a relationship with God when we are in a relationship? If it's already in your schedule to look at your phone as soon as you wake up, to text your boo good morning or something like that, when will you find the time to read your Bible or to pray or to do your lesson study with yourself? I think that it is very important for us to have a very stable relationship with God, because the moment you get into a relationship that you're not ready for, that God did not send for you, you will forget what you were trying to learn. So I feel like it's very important for us to do that while we're single. That's why God wants us, or that's why He's keeping some of us single for an extended period of time.
To work on ourselves. That is
relationship with Him. He wants us to have.
and
that was hard.
I love that, because I love that she explained we need to first work on our relationship with God, because we can't expect to not do our devotions in the morning, not pray, and then get into a relationship and expect it to be just one-sided. It needs to be something that both of you guys work on in order to make the relationship work, by having God at the center of your relationship. So,
what I heard, Jael said something there. What I've heard a person that is married said, when you're single, you pray. When you get into a relationship, you pray twice as much as when you were single. When you get engaged, pray 3 times that amount. And when you're about to get married, you have to pray 4 times that amount. Because that's the enemy does not like to see unions. They don't like to see marriages, and that's the first thing they attack when they're attacking. He attacks when he is attacking anything. And so your relationship with God has to be strong for anything else to be stronger. And I have the question, you think that we're being pressured by the church in pursuing relationship rather than being single? Because
I think it depends on the age, because let's say 25 and below, 24, 18 to 24, you're not really pressured. They're not really looking at you to be in a relationship. But the minute you hit 25, Sister Aislinn, when are you going to get married? Is your boyfriend in church? Do you want me to help you look for a boyfriend? I have a lot of pastors.
Trust me.
It comes to the age.
I think by the time they reach a certain age, and it is true what Jael is saying, by the time you reach a certain age, they expect you to already be getting into a relationship. Because when you're younger, they don't encourage it, because they say, well, you're too young, and that age is too young to get married, and they don't want you to make any mistakes. But when you're at that age, that's all those questions come along, and they are bombarded. And not make you reach past 28, because that they try to tell us something wrong with you if you're not in a relationship or you're not getting married.
Right. I know, because I'm experiencing it. As you reach somebody, as you see somebody with a no, I say that.
You know what?
First thing they ask you, they even say, "Girl, what you do?" They say, "Where your boyfriend there?"
You're not married yet.
You're married yet?
When the
wedding? They're like, leave me, let me be. How about at home?
Even getting to the part where the parents asking for the grandkids and the grandparents asking for the great grandkids because they want to the next generation. I mean, I wonder if it was their turn back in the days, if that would have been to get into, because I mean, my granny have 9 picnics.
Wow.
She started early, so it makes me wonder, did they experience that back in the day? And if they did, and they did not like it, why are they pushing that onto us now? Why have they not learned from past experiences?
You see, back in the days, they actually got married for stability. They got married to be sustained. They didn't get married because of love or what we're looking. Right, they're married for marriage of convenience, but now we're marrying because we either love the person and we want to.
It's trending on Facebook.
It's a trend on Facebook, right? Because one spell it was a trend, and there are different elements. But back in the days, it was for stability. Now it's, if we get married, we're getting married. Especially with this last generation.
But sometimes it's not always to say that it was because of stability or they're not in love. Because even these days, and I know you guys can admit, you see people are getting married and it's not for love, even in these days. So it's not to say that it was because they were looking for stability or not in love. But when it comes to Jael asking that question of your parents, asking you about the grandkids, same time a question came into my mind. I am 27 years old. My parents got married at the age of 20.
Wow.
So sometimes it begs to question, what am I doing wrong? I mean, 7 years after? Sometimes you look up at your parents and you see that you admire them for the marriage, or you admire them for what they're doing. But sometimes I think we, as what Jael or Jalen said, that we need to work on ourselves, and God has the exact and perfect timing when He knows that you are ready and that you are able to make the relationship and the marriage work. Maybe I'm not ready. That's why if God will tell me it have to be another 2 years, Kayla, then I will wait for another 2 years, and I will trust that God will make sure I ready in the next 2 years.
Not only does He know the perfect timing, but He knows the perfect person for you as well. I remember on camp they were speaking, at one point they were speaking about the things that us young people look for in a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And the first thing that came into my mind was somebody tall. I mean, what if my perfect person that God has for me is not tall?
Well,
does that mean that I will reject them?
Exactly. See, you see how Aislinn hurry hala? You see,
I shot, but you know what?
I'm right.
It gotta be tall.
Listen to me, and I think that is why we should always pray, because God knows why He I give you. Maybe that tall person not treat you right, Aislinn.
And not only that, if you don't have a relationship with God, how do you know when He sent your person for you? Because you probably look for the tall person when in reality the short man they're right beside you when God has for you.
Yes, you to look for the tall one to walk up and down on the shot, one to pick you up when you to drop on the floor, but because he shot, you know why he?
Kayla, I can't have my picnic they come out short, brother. They can't. They can't. But imagine we do have people that look for people to match our same goal or to fit our same goals while in our singleness. So we drive toward this. Oh, why am I not getting my words together? We're focusing on being work driven. We work and we slave with our work, and so we want somebody that does the same thing. You don't think that's dangerous at times? When we're looking for somebody with the same goals that we have, everything lined up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing wrong to have standards or things that you desire for yourself, because somebody in the comment said get rid of the checklist, Junior.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Wow. But then when you're so focused on being goal oriented, you don't take that time to nurture the relationship.
Right.
So then what happens? You're in a 15-year-old marriage and two of you are working. You have two picnics where you got a babysitter, and the family is not a unit then. It's not a unit then, it's just because it works. It's systematic. We both make this income, we can support the lifestyle we have, and there's no love in a relationship. And then we just exclude that because I have this picture of what I want my life to be. I came from an overcrowded house, so I want to make sure my house have 15 bedrooms, 7 baths, and what not else. But being goal-oriented is, a bit too extreme. Not saying that you shouldn't have motivation or purpose in life, but take time to nurture that relationship as well. Don't look at the far picture and forget how you need to get there. We talked about the road signs.
Right, and then nurturing that relationship with God brings Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. I mean, and then back to what JR just said about get rid of the checklist. I got rid of my checklist, but I did not get rid of my non-negotiables. Because my non-negotiables are what keeps me. Why would I go and accept something that I don't want? If I don't like somebody that does this thing, why would I venture into that? I've already got rid of it while I was single. While I'm single and I'm saying, no, I don't want this in my relationship. I found out that I don't like it. I despise it. Then why would I, in a relationship, go and look for something else? You will be miserable. And the last thing you want to do is to come from a happy singleness to a sad relationship. Unless you were remain single.
Stay single. Eat your ice cream.
Eat your ice cream.
You have to share right now. If you don't like share right now, stay single.
I think the checklist thing has an extent to it, because when they say get rid of the checklist, I think they're talking more on the physical side. Get rid of I want a tall boyfriend, I want a handsome boyfriend, I want a rich boyfriend, I want a red skin, a dark skin, a Hispanic boyfriend. I feel like don't focus on the physicality.
Okay, I got rid of all my checklists, but the one thing I did not take away was the tall boyfriend.
You do when I have corrective surgery for that?
No, we don't want to do that because that's much money. Children for being shot.
Wow.
No, sir.
Jaime says in the comments, singleness sometimes isn't because there isn't someone for us that is the God-sent person. It's sometimes because we are looking forward for the person that we want to finally want us. And that's
wow, deep.
That's deep,
Pastor Jael. That is deep, and that is true. But when it comes to singleness, I think we should embrace it at the most, because at any given time, sometimes you might not even realize it drops in your lap. Not the singleness, the relationship part of it. You are there enjoying a single life, and out of the blue comes a young man that has the checklist, not to say physicalness as much, but has everything, and that is when you have to catch yourself and realize, oh wow, I think I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm not to say I think I'm ready. I'm ready. And that is why we need to embrace the singleness, because I feel like what I said, God knows the exact time He will give you that relationship. So you need to embrace your singleness. So whenever that person comes along, you're ready for life.
I think we need to embrace our singleness, like how we encourage children to enjoy their childhood.
Yeah.
Because you don't look at a 2-year-old and say, you need to grow up and start work and pay the bills in the spot. No, you allow that child to grow so that when they get to the age that they have to be adults, they're like, okay, I enjoyed my childhood. I'm ready to step into this next chapter. I mean, adulting kind of ghetto, honestly. But it is that you want to be finished with it. You don't want to get into a relationship and be like, you know what? I don't really need this. I don't have to get up and text nobody. I may enjoy when I'm single. You want to have that appreciation for your single period so that when it's ended, there's no remorse.
Yeah, that's why I say you need to don't embrace it so when it comes, you're ready.
Right. I think people forget that it's not permanent.
No, it's only a period.
Singleness is not permanent. It's just a period of time until God said that, okay, here I have this person for you.
I mean, the need for remember that it's not permanent. You will not always be alone. You need this single period to you need to build yourself.
Build a character, build your love with God.
School loans.
I'm telling you, nothing worse than you get married into something where you have to pay for something where you never
have school bills, and then you have mortgage now, and you get married this year and baby depend away next year, and a whole next bill for.
Not only that, forgive the past. Imagine going to a new relationship broken. Then that person have to
You're taking on
because like for example, if someone cheat on you in your past relationship, and then you're going into a new relationship and the person just walk out of the house and where you going? Who you going with? Why you going there? Like no, you need to work on yourself and ask God to help you work on your trust issues, your brokenness, loving Him and as well loving the next person.
It's a moment of maturity, moment to look at yourself and get mature. Because sometimes we're this age, but we're still childlike. We still do childlike things. I mean, I like to play. I'm this old and I like to play. And my friends can tell you, sometimes it's, but what you do in your single moments is to go through that refiner's fire where you get mature. But guys, we are coming to an end and we have about 5 more minutes before we wrap up,
Before they turn off the
lights
and
on
the cameras.
us. So, our last moments and words is to, I would say, forgive your past. I had to work on that. I had to work on forgiving the person in my past in order for me to be able. First, I had to forgive myself for crying out desperately to God for a relationship. Then I had to forgive the person, that caused the mischief in my life. And then with that, I found a clearer and a cleaner slate, because what I didn't want to do was to allow somebody else to have the pain of my past. And so while I'm single, I am daily recovering and getting over what took place in my past.
You're talking about forgiveness. I want to encourage the people like me that has never been in a toxic relationship before.
Wow.
Take your time. Take your time. Find yourself. Find your relationship with God. That way, when God says you're ready, you don't have to worry about forgiving yourself, forgiving the person that hurt you, forgetting bad habits, your trust issues, your what's the word when you don't like yourself,
Insecurities.
Yes, right. These are things that you do not have to pick up. It's not a rite of passage. Some people could be healthy all along the way into their first relationship, their last relationship, their only relationship. It is not a must for you to go through the toxic relationship stage.
Who said that you have to experience heartbreak?
Get off of social media and stop to worry about the likes of people being in relationship because those pictures lie.
Social media influencers, they're not living the life you're seeing.
I don't know if any one of you saw the meme. Not because your boyfriend or girlfriend posted, that means that it because roach step on the bacon can.
Exactly.
Roach step on the bacon can. That is a hard one.
If you're singleness, find God.
Yes.
Let God help you find yourself. You can't find yourself without God.
Find God, and He will allow you to find the one.
It's not a prison to be single.
It's not a burden.
Not a burden. It's not. Enjoy it. Enjoy the rain. Enjoy the beach while you're single. Because when you get married and you start having kids,
it's not just for you.
Those things are going to be far-fetched because they don't have to worry about how you buy Pampers.
Yes.
Listen,
feel like
nothing expensive, no.
Nothing expensive.
Nothing expensive, bad, but the hookup, DK on the highway, Pampers but cheap. Just make sure to know.
First of all, cheap Pampers, expensive rash. Just saying.
I think we should just focus on the singleness because when you're single, you have the time and the opportunity to do God's work.
That's true.
That is just it, and you have a time to focus on your relationship with God. And don't go to Him with God, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. Allow God, ask Him to, God, show me what you want for me. What will help me, what will make me a better person. Maybe I struggle with getting up in the morning and doing my devotional, but that person that comes along will message me in the morning, have you done your devotional? Do you want us to pray together? Do you want us to, do activities together? That person will help you along the way. So I just believe that you should enjoy your singleness while it lasts because it will help you to be a better person.
Listen, the only thing I have to tell you is that don't let singleness be a prison. It's not prison. It's vacation because you know what for work. Working is ghetto. And you have to intentionally work on your relationship. So in your singleness, enjoy it. Live it up. Experience all that life has to offer and know yourself and know what you have to offer and know what you expect to be offered. We have to go, even though Junior said that we need a half an hour extension. But we thank you for watching this evening. We thank our guest, Jael, for being here. If you want to see the show continue for half an hour, we accept donations. Drop the coins. And we might consider extending the time. With that, we leave you this week and join us next week, same time, same place.
Talking about more relationships.
Yes, juicy topics.
As a non-profit organization, the Adventist Television Network solely relies on your financial support. By partnering with us through a monthly donation, you will help us to continue to fulfill the mission in taking the gospel into all the world. For more information, please call 613-9351 or email us at atnfin@cbm.belizeunion.org. Thank you for your prayers and support of the ATN ministry, and together we may hasten the soon coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.
watching.